Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Deborah Owen. I'm the Assistant District Attorney here in Imperial County. And with me throughout the last about 12 weeks with your kids has been Ashley Allen, who is an investigative assistant in our office. She's the one that's usually known for being the person in charge of the most famous member of our staff, Ginger, the comfort dog. Which we did not bring to see the kids. I think we're doing that next week. What we've been doing for the last several weeks is a program called Project LEAD, which stands for Legal Enrichment and Decision Making, where we've been going in and meeting with your kids and talking to them about the legal and social consequences of criminal behavior, especially the criminal behavior that gets kids in the most trouble, theft, vandalism, and substance abuse. And we've done this several years throughout the county. This year, your students are very lucky because this is the only class that has had Project LEAD this past year in Imperial County. So this is the end, and what the kids will be doing is a mock trial based upon a fact pattern that they have been practicing and dealing with the elements of the crimes that we've been talking about. It's set up like a regular courtroom, so if you're the parent of one of the lawyers, you're going to be seeing their backs because that's the way it would be in a regular courtroom. If you're a parent of a juror or the court staff or the witnesses, you will be seeing their faces. It is set up like a regular courtroom, and we're going to try to observe the rules of a regular courtroom, with the exception of we'll allow you to take pictures, and with the school's permission, I guess you can do video. Obviously, if you've ever been on jury duty or if you've been to court, that is not allowed. So with that, we will take it away. All right.
The case of People versus Smith is before the court. The Honorable Audra Reyes proceeding. This court is now in session. You may be seated.
Good morning, parents. Before we start the case, we would like to introduce ourselves. Prosecution, will you please introduce yourselves?
Hello, my name is Samuel Gerardo and I am a prosecutor.
Hello, my name is Isabella Valenzuela and I'm a prosecutor.
Hello, I'm John Witter and I will be a prosecutor.
Hello, I'm Nicholas Toppin and I'll be a prosecutor.
Hello, I am Mark Flores and I will be Officer G. Lopez.
Hello, I am Sophia Valencia and I am playing Elias.
My name is Isabel Velez and I will be playing Cynthia Wilson.
Will the defense please introduce themselves?
Hello, my name is Adriana Nunez and I am a defense attorney.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Jade Castro and I am a defense attorney.
Hello, I am April V and I am a defense attorney.
Hello, I'm Victor Vega and I am a defense attorney.
Hello, my name is Reese Canella and today I'm going to play the role of Tracy Smith.
Hello, I'm Dennis Hernandez and I'm at Hello,
May the court staff please introduce themselves?
Hello, I am Josiah Carrasco, and I will be a bailiff.
Good afternoon, my name is Xavier Zamora, and I'm the court clerk.
Good afternoon, I'm Audra Reyes, and I'm the judge. May the jurors please present themselves?
Hello, I'm Jamie Ortiz, I'm juror number 1.
Hi, my name is Austin Flores, and I'm juror.
Hello, I'm David Forte and I'm playing juror number 3.
My name is Dominic Hodge and I'm playing juror number 4. I'm Michael Lopez and I'm a juror 5.
Yeah, I'm playing juror 2.
I'm Rosetta, juror 7.
I'm playing juror 8.
Hello, I'm Gabriel Garcia, playing juror number 4.
Hello, I'm Melanie Camacho and I'm playing number 11.
Hello, I'm Seth Austin, I'm juror 3. Hello, my name is Daniel Rivera and I'm juror 4.
everyone. We are going to court for trial. At a trial, everyone is on their best behavior.
Here's a drawing of a courtroom.
The judge sits in the front of the room.
The judge's area is called the bench. The prosecution team sits at one table,
and the defense team sits at another table.
The court clerk and the bailiff each have their own desk. We are jurors, and we sit at one side of the courtroom where we can see and hear everything that goes on.
The courtroom has a divider between where the action takes place and where people sit and watch the trial. The divider is called the bar.
Any questions?
As you know, all of us are about to participate in the trial.
And as you know, there are certain things that happen in a certain order at a trial.
But don't worry, we are here to remind you how things work.
First, the bailiff will say, "All rise,"
Then the bailiff will introduce the judge.
and the bailiff will say, "This court is now in session."
Next, the judge will call the case and probably say something to us, the jurors. Then the judge will ask the prosecution to make an opening statement, and after that, the judge will ask the defense to do the same.
And just so you don't forget these steps to the trial.
After the attorneys give their opening statement, they call witnesses. First, the prosecution calls the witness to ask questions to try to prove that the defendant is guilty. Next, the defense gets to ask the same witness questions. This is called cross-examination.
After all of the prosecution witnesses being questioned,
The defense calls witnesses and the prosecution cross-examines. After all of the witnesses have been questioned, the judge lets the prosecution give a closing statement.
this is the prosecution's last chance to present us the jurors that the
The judge will let the defense give a closing statement to try and convince the defendant not guilty. Finally, the judge talks to us, the jury. The judge will give us instructions about reaching a verdict. Then we, the jury, discuss the case and decide
guilty or not.
Here are the rest of the steps to a trial.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is a case of People versus Smith. Are both sides ready?
Ready for the people, Your Honor.
Ready for the defense, Your Honor.
Jurors, Tracy Smith is accused of a crime called carrying a loaded firearm, which means carrying a gun with the intent to cause harm to another person. The harm is called bodily harm or physical harm to another person. It is up to you to listen carefully to the evidence that both sides will show you. Will the clerk please swear in the jury?
Will the jury please stand and raise your right hand? Do each of you swear that you will carefully think about what you see and hear in this court, and that you will be fair and true when you reach a verdict? So help you God. Please say I do.
I do.
You may be seated.
Attorneys for the prosecution, please give your opening statement.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. My name is Sammy Gerardo, and I am a prosecutor working for the people of our state to help you show that Tracy Smith is guilty of carrying a loaded firearm and guilty of meaning to harm someone with it. The evidence here in this courtroom today will show that Tracy Smith carried a loaded gun to the Fun Dome Arcade on January 18th. Tracy Smith carried the gun there to shoot C.J. Wilson. That is a crime. It is only luck that saved C.J. from being shot. C.J. might have even been killed. Tracy must learn that a loaded gun is not a toy. It It is extremely dangerous. It is my team's job to help you see that Tracy Smith brought the loaded gun to Fundo, and that Tracy Smith meant to hurt someone. You'll hear evidence from our witnesses to help you show that this defendant is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Thank you.
Attorneys for the defense, please give your opening statement.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. My name is Adriana Nunez, and I work for the defendant, Tracy Smith. Tracy Smith is my client. The evidence in this trial will show that Tracy Smith is not guilty of carrying a loaded firearm with any intent to hurt anyone. Tracy was bullied by C.J. Wilson, but Tracy never had the intent to harm C.J. or anyone else with that gun. You will hear from our witnesses that Tracy didn't even know the gun was in the backpack. Since Tracy did not know the gun was in the backpack, she could have not intended to use it. When the gun was discovered, Tracy was as shocked as everyone else who saw it. It is my team's job to help you see that Tracy never meant to bring that loaded gun to the fun dome. The prosecution cannot prove that Tracy committed this crime. The evidence in this trial will show that Tracy Smith is not guilty of carrying a loaded firearm with the intent to hurt anyone. Thank you.
Jurors, you have heard from both sides. You have read the opening statements from both sides. Now the prosecution will begin presenting its case. Listen carefully to the witnesses. Prosecution, please call your first witness.
We call Officer J. Lopez to the stand.
Please remain standing.
Please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. I do. You may be seated.
What is your name, age, and job?
Officer J. Lopez, Sandoval Police Department. I am 27 years old. I have been working with the department for 5 years.
Please tell us what happened on January 18th.
On that day, I responded to a call at Fun Dome Arcade. When I arrived at 4:15 p.m., I saw a security guard standing over two people who were sitting on the ground. The security guard pointed to a bush where there was a backpack. The bush was about 3 feet away. I saw a torn paper bag partly inside the backpack. In the tear on the bag, I saw the nose of a gun sticking out.
What did you do next?
I inspected the gun and found 1 bullet inside the gun and 3 bullets in the torn bag.
After you inspected the gun, what happened?
I asked the security guard who the backpack gun belonged to. The security guard pointed to a young woman and told me that person brought the backpack to Fundo.
And is that young woman in this courtroom today?
Yes, she's wearing a striped pink dress.
Your Honor, I have no further questions for this witness.
Defense, do you have any questions for this witness?
Yes. Officer Lopez, what did Tracy Smith tell you about the gun?
Tracy told me that she owned the backpack, but Tracy also told me that she did not know the gun was in the backpack. Tracy also said that Tracy's cousin had borrowed the backpack. Tracy told me that she thought the gun belonged to her cousin.
Did you notice any injuries on Tracy?
Yes, I just saw a small bruise just under the left eye. Tracy's shirt sleeve was torn, and nothing else.
There is no evidence that CJ was injured. Is that true?
No, there is no evidence that T.J. Wilson was injured.
I have no more questions for it.
Officer Lopez, you may step down. Prosecution team, please call your next witness.
Your Honor, the prosecution calls Lee Esposito to the stand.
standing.
You raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and everything you say?
I do.
What is your name and age?
I am Leah Esposito. I am 16 and I go to Lake High School.
Do you know the defendant, Tracy Smith?
Not that well. Tracy's in my math class, but we didn't really talk or anything.
Did you hear a conversation between the defendant and another student named Pat Harper?
Yes.
Where was this conversation and when was this conversation?
It was at school in the lunchtime, about a week before Tracy was arrested.
Did you hear the defendant say anything?
I heard the defendant say, if I had a gun, I'd get rid of CJ once and for all.
Your Honor, I have no more questions for this witness.
Defense, you may question this witness.
When you were in the lunch line and heard the defendant talking about CJ Wilson, did you believe that CJ was his agent?
Not really. I thought Tracy and Pat were trying to sound good.
I have no more questions, Your Honor.
Yes, Esposito, you may step down. Is there another witness for the prosecution?
Yes, Your Honor. Prosecution calls CJ Wilson to the stand.
Please remain standing.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do.
What is your name, age, and where do you go to school?
My name is CJ Wilson. I'm 17 and I go to Lake High School.
How long have you known the defendant, Tracy Smith?
Too long, since 7th grade. Tracy is a little snitch and should go to jail for trying to kill me.
Objection! The witness is non-responsive. Please strike everything CJ Wilson said after the words since 7th grade.
Defense, I agree with you. Your objection is sustained. This means the witness did not answer the question properly. The prosecution did not ask for the witness's opinion of Tracy Smith. The prosecution only asked how long the witness knew Tracy. Jury, please pay no attention to everything you heard after words 6th, 7th grade. Those words have been erased from this trial. Prosecution, do you have any further questions?
Yes, Your Honor. When you were leaving the arcade, did Tracy say anything to you?
Tracy yelled, "Get away from me or else," and stuck her arm out at me.
I have no more questions for this witness.
Defense, do you have any questions for this witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Have you ever hit Tracy Smith?
I don't know.
Objection, Your Honor. The witness is not answering my question. The witness is non-responsive. Please tell the witness to answer my question.
DJ, this court instructs you to answer the question as best as you can. Defense, can you please repeat the question?
Yes, Your Honor. Have you ever hit Tracy Smith?
I hit Tracy Smith on January 18th to make sure Tracy wouldn't run away. I may have hit Tracy before. I don't remember. We may have had an argument that turned into a pushing or shoving. I would never start a fight, but Tracy sure would.
Defense, any further questions for the witness?
I have no more questions for this witness.
Are there any more witnesses for the prosecution?
No, Your Honor. We rest our case.
Jurors, you have heard the witnesses for the prosecution. You should not make up your mind until you hear the defense team's case. Defense, are you ready to call your first witness?
Your Honor, we call Dana Wang to the stand.
Please remain standing.
Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth.
What is your name, age, and job?
Dana Wang. I am 25 and a security guard at Fun Dome Arcade. Tracy and CJ Wilson come to the Fun Dome 2 or 3 times a week. I have talked to both of them from time to time.
What have you noticed about Tracy at the Fun Dome?
Tracy is quiet and doesn't seem to have a lot of friends. Tracy has been picked on several times in the Fun Dome by CJ.
Do you know CJ Wilson?
Yes, a little.
What kind of games does CJ Wilson play in the Fun Dome?
Objection! It makes no difference what kind of game CJ plays. It is not relevant.
Prosecution, I agree with you. When a question is asked that has nothing to do with the case, attorneys can object. Objection sustained. Defense, you must ask a different question.
What happened at the Fun Dome on January 18th?
I saw CJ on top of Tracy. They were just outside the front door of Fun Dome. CJ punched Tracy once or twice. I almost kicked CJ out of the front door before for bullying Tracy and other kids. After I broke up their fight, CJ the backpack and said there was a gun in it.
Did Tracy tell you who the gun belonged to?
Tracy said that she didn't know about the gun and that it must belong to her cousin.
When Officer Lopez found a bullet in the gun, how did Tracy react?
Tracy looked shocked.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have no more questions.
Prosecution, do you have any questions for this witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Did you see a gun in the bushes near where Tracy and CJ Wilson were fighting?
Yes, it was poking out of a paper bag.
And did Tracy Smith claim the gun?
Yes, sort of. Tracy told me that she didn't know the gun was in the backpack.
Your Honor, I have no questions for this witness.
Defense, please call your next witness.
We call Pat Harper to the stand.
Please remain standing.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
What is your name, age, and where you go to school?
Pat Harper, 17, and a student at Lakeside.
How long have you known the defendant, Tracy Smith?
Tracy has been my best friend since 7th grade.
Have you ever talked to Tracy about hurting CJ Wilson?
We joked about how we should protect ourselves from CJ. We also joked about scaring CJ with a gun. We wanted CJ to move away or get really sick, anything to make CJ sick. But we never actually hurt anyone, even CJ.
Did Tracy ever tell you of a plan to shoot CJ Wilson?
No, even though Tracy and I thought about ways to get rid of CJ, neither one of us would really hurt anyone.
I have no more questions, Your Honor. Does the prosecution have any questions?
Did your best friend, Tracy Smith, bring a loaded gun to Fundum on January 18th?
Yes,
Just answer yes or no, please.
yes.
Your Honor, I have no more questions for this witness.
You may step down. Are there any more witnesses?
Your Honor, the defense calls Tracy Smith to the stand.
Please remain standing.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. What is your name, age, and where do you go to school?
I'm Tracy Smith. I'm 18 years old, and I go to Lake High School.
Tracy, on January 18th, did you know you had a loaded gun in your backpack?
No, I did not know any gun was in my backpack. My cousin had borrowed the backpack and returned it to me that morning. My cousin's pretty tough. He's in a gang. The gun must have belonged to my cousin.
Was it your intention to hurt Tracy, to hurt CJ on January 18th?
No, I hated being bullied, and I talk a lot. But it's all talk. I would never hurt anyone.
Thank you, Tracy. I have no more questions.
Prosecution, do you have any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Have you been a victim of CJ Wilson's bullying before?
Yes, CJ has picked on me for years.
Have you ever talked with any of your friends about wanting CJ to die?
Yes, but I wasn't serious.
Was the gun in your backpack loaded?
Yes, but...
Please just answer yes or no.
Yes.
I have no more questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Does the defense have any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor, the defense requests.
Jurors, you have heard the witnesses from the defense and the prosecution. Now you hear closing statements from each side. Prosecution, please make your closing statement.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is clear from testimony that Tracy Smith started a loaded gun to Fundum. It is also clear that Tracy did not like CJ Wilson. Tracy even talked with Pat Harper about wanting CJ to die. That shows that Tracy meant to harm someone with it. Meant to harm CJ with the loaded gun. Tracy broke the law. Do not believe Tracy's excuses that she did not know the gun was in the backpack. CJ might not have always been nice to Tracy, but that does not mean Tracy has a right to prepare to shoot CJ with a loaded gun. Tracy talked about hurting CJ to teach CJ a lesson. Tracy says that it's not serious, but Tracy did get a gun. Tracy also brought the gun to fund them to get revenge. The defense wants you to feel sorry for the defendant and excuse this illegal action. But what kind of world would it be if every person who had a problem with a bully started carrying loaded guns around? Tracy Smith and all of the people at Fundome Arcade are lucky. Any of them could have been killed on January 18th because of one person's disrespect for the law. You must find that Tracy Smith is guilty of carrying a loaded firearm with the intent to hurt someone with it.
Defense, please make your closing statement.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my client Tracy Smith is innocent. The law says that a person who knowingly carries a firearm with the intent to cause harm is breaking the law. That is a serious crime. We should all take it seriously. Tracy, however, did not know she was carrying a gun. Tracy is not guilty of carrying a loaded firearm with the intent to hurt CJ. Tracy and that Wilson or anyone else. It is true that Tracy was afraid of CJ and that Tracy joked about wanting something bad to happen to CJ, but that is not a crime. A joke is a joke, and it does not show you that Tracy ever really meant to harm CJ. The prosecutor talked to you about revenge, but no witnesses in this trial ever said that Tracy was out for revenge. Again, Tracy had no idea that there was a gun in the backpack. It is true that the gun was in the backpack, but Tracy was not the only person who used the backpack. The prosecution did not prove to you beyond a reasonable doubt that Tracy put the gun in the paper bag and into the backpack. Based on the facts you've heard in this case, you can only find Tracy Smith not guilty.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have heard the evidence from both sides. You must now decide if Tracy Smith is guilty of the following crime: carrying a loaded firearm. If anyone who carries a loaded firearm with the intent to commit a felony is guilty of a crime. To prove that the defendant is guilty of this crime, the prosecution must prove all of the following. 1. The defendant carried a gun. 2. The defendant knew that she was carrying the gun. 3. When the defendant carried the gun, she intended to cause bodily harm, physical harm to another person. And 4. The gun was loaded. You must decide this case based only on the evidence that has been presented, not your personal experiences and emotions. This case is not yours to decide. Your verdict will be either guilty or not guilty. Please let the bailiff know when you have reached a verdict. This court is now adjourned until the jury reaches a verdict.
All right. Please follow me.
Okay, you guys, everybody can sit down. Good luck reaching a unanimous verdict with that many jurors, right? So I think we need to give them a hand, even though not everybody's here. Every year, I keep thinking the kids get better and better, and from watching it, you know, I'm a prosecutor, so I always identify with prosecutors, but I'm sitting back there this time, And I think that the defense just seemed to be in the groove of being defense attorneys and started picking up the mannerisms that I think really good defense attorneys do. And the prosecutors started picking up the type of techniques I see prosecutors do. So it's a great experience. You guys can turn around and face your parents if you want. This is, I don't know how many of you as parents enjoy speaking in public, but it is very, very difficult. Public speaking is one of the things that kids and adults fear more than anything else. And this class was a class where I don't know if they were going home and challenging your ideas. And if they did, bravo, because I did encourage them to really think about formulating arguments and challenging ideas, not challenging authority, but really challenging arguments and looking at arguments and being able to formulate an argument and have a disagreement and dialogue without it disintegrating into an argument. And so you may listen to them and listen to the types of things they say. It will be, oh, I agree, I understand what you're saying and I hear what you're saying, but I disagree for these reasons. And that's something that we really worked on. We focused on a variety of subjects that I think got them to think about crime and think about elements of crime. And if you ever get a jury notice in the mail and you complain about it, we talk about the civic duty of being jurors, so they may lecture you if you try to avoid jury duty. And what else did we talk about that we wanted everybody to work on? Voting, being a good citizen, those sorts of things, and just being active in our community and in our democracy so that they're educated about choices and educated and willing to speak up. Do you guys have any questions about the program, why we do it, why I love it? I'm a Brawley girl, so I went to Witter, so that's probably why Witter's the only school that has it this time. But I think that for my personal selfish point of view, if you read the newspapers, you know that there's a major hiring problem in the DA's office right now that is drastic. We cannot get people to come. And I really believe that having a vibrant mock trial program in Imperial County is going to be the way to solve that. We have many graduates of all the various mock trial programs at the high school, and I expect all these kids to be in mock trial. Even if you're an athlete, you can do mock trial. But Judge Nunez, one of our newest judges, was on coached mock trial at Central and was on their team. We have Zachary Gilmore from Brawley, who went to Brawley High School, was on Brawley's mock trial team. He's a prosecutor in Texas. Riley McFadden, who's from El Centro, is in the DA's office in San Diego. So you see my problem, not a lot of people are coming back here. So if your child expresses a desire and has an affinity for this, it is really a profession that everybody can do. Every one of these kids has the capability to be involved in some sort of profession that deals with our justice system. And I do me a favor and really encourage them to do it, because we've spent a lot of time with these kids, and I'm telling you, they have the ability. What they did here, some of these questions were their own questions. The way they handled the objections, that is their own flavor that they've put on it. So could not be more thrilled. So, any questions? We have time to kill while this jury's out there fighting for a unanimous verdict.
I think as a parent, I just want to thank you and the district attorney's office for taking the time to work with these kids and showing them something that they haven't seen before. I think they all gained a lot from that.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I'm not saying this just because I'm a Brawley person and I went to Witter, but you really should thank your administration and Mrs. Smith too, because for allowing us in the courtroom, in your classroom, and with a flexible schedule, and being able to practice and come and work on things in a flexible way. I really believe, the data on this program that's out of LA County, it is evidence-based, And it has resulted, according to LA County, in positive outcomes. Kids staying out of trouble, higher test scores, those sorts of things. So we're thrilled about it, but we always appreciate that. So, yeah.
I would just like to say if we can all give everybody that helped out in this program, because like you said, they have a very flexible schedule and they just moved all their time here to teach us. So
Thank you.
Like
That's very nice. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. As parents, did anything surprise you about the courtroom, the way the courtroom was going, other than the heat in here? I'm like, yeah.
How good it was. They brought back that.
No, very realistic, right? The way they handled themselves, and so good. See, you guys, you seemed real. The way the lawyers, we worked on forgetting about the audience being there, and trying to be deferential to the judge, not lose their temper when they're objecting, but still objecting in a persuasive way. So, very good observation. Kids, you want to say anything that you liked about it? No. About like the subject matter kinds of things. Other than the fact you get to argue?
I like how everybody was
Loud.
I don't really think this is related to it. I mean, this is just my thoughts, and if I was a juror, I would probably think Tracy's not guilty because of the things that...
Because she looks so innocent, right? We worked on that. Okay, we'll come back to it.
Anybody.
Okay, I'm going to stand back here. So the jury would come in first. Is it hot in here?
It is hot.
Oh, it's hot. It's okay.
All right. This court is now in session. You may be seated.
Has the jury reached the verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please give the verdict to the bailiff. Will the defendant please stand? Clerk, please read the verdict to the court.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Tracy Smith, guilty.
I feel so hangy.
This ends the trial of People versus Smith. We thank you, the jury, for your time and for your careful consideration of the facts in this case. You have done a great job. Your service is complete and you are now excused.
I would just like to say thank you to Ashley and Deborah for coming to this classroom and teaching us. We've all had a great time and we would like to give you something to remember us for.
This was not on the script.
No, that's not on the script. Good time to say.
Good job, guys. I think as parents, you should be very proud of that. So, that's it. Yeah, thank you guys so much.